My sister said I would die alone, then cried when I got engaged first. We were at Thanksgiving dinner when I announced it. The whole family went silent except for Violet, who literally choked on her mashed potatoes. Dad had to slap her back while she coughed and tears streamed down her face. Not happy tears. For context, Violet had been dating Dominic for 6 years. 6 years of dropping hints about rings, planning imaginary weddings, and giving Mom detailed timelines of when she expected grandchildren. Meanwhile, I'd been single most of my 20s, content with my cat and studio apartment. "You've been dating him for 3 months," Violet finally managed to say, her voice shaking. "3 months, Piper? I don't even know his last name." "It's Rourke," I said calmly, "and it's been 4 months." She stood up so fast her chair fell backward. "This is insane. You don't even believe in marriage. You literally told me last year that marriage was a patriarchal institution designed to control women's reproduction." "I changed my mind," I said, looking at my ring. It wasn't expensive, just a simple silver band with a tiny emerald, but I loved it. Mom tried to smooth things over. "Violet, honey, sit down. This is wonderful news for both of my girls." But Violet wasn't having it. She grabbed her purse and coat. "Remember when you said I was desperate? When you laughed at me for freezing my eggs at 31? You said I would die alone, and that you were fine with that for yourself." I did remember. It was during one of her meltdowns about Dominic not proposing. I'd been trying to make her feel better by pointing out that being alone wasn't the worst thing. It came out wrong. "I'm sorry I said that," I offered. "I was trying to help." "You weren't trying to help. You were being smug." She turned to leave, then spun back around. "And you know what the worst part is? You're going to get married before me. You, who couldn't care less about it, who probably said yes as some kind of social experiment." After she left, dinner was painfully quiet. Dad cleared his throat 47 times. Mom kept refilling wine glasses. My brother scrolled through his phone, pretending to be invisible. The thing was, Violet wasn't entirely wrong. I had been smug about not needing a relationship. I'd built my whole identity around being independent, self-sufficient, and above the desperate hunt for a partner. Then I met Rourke at a community garden where I was growing tomatoes. He was growing absolutely nothing successfully, but he showed up every week anyway to water his dying basil plant. We started talking about soil pH and somehow ended up discussing everything else. He made me laugh. He didn't try to fix me or change me. When he proposed after 4 months, it wasn't because of some timeline or social pressure. It was because we both knew. She didn't speak to me for 2 months. Missed my engagement party. Blocked me on every social media platform. Mom called weekly, begging me to reach out, to apologize, to do something. Then Dominic finally proposed. On a beach in Cabo with a photographer. Violet called me at 6 a.m., crying again. Different crying. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "I was so jealous and horrible, and I'm so sorry." "It's okay," I said, still half asleep. "It's not okay. You're my sister, and I should have been happy for you. I was so scared that I was doing everything right and still failing, and you weren't even trying and got everything I wanted." We talked for 3 hours. Really talked, maybe for the first time in years. About pressure and expectations and how we'd both been performing versions of what we thought we should be. Violet's now my maid of honor. She's also seeing a therapist and has stopped planning her entire life in 5-year increments. Dominic's still great, just slow. Some people are. I'm getting married next month in the same community garden where I met Rourke. Violet's helping me make the centerpieces. We're using tomato plants.